Hello, my name is Ed Rodarte with Keller Williams Empire Estates in Ranch Cucamonga, and I wanted to talk to you real quick about the struggles that a lot of buyers had in not only 2021 but 2022 with purchasing a home. And the biggest struggle is that there wasn't enough inventory on the market, so that increased demand, which led to people actually overpaying for their homes in 2021, 2022. Now, the impact of the housing market was demand. Now, demand was very high. Interest rates were a lot lower than they are in this current market. People were frustrated. They were putting in bids, and some properties were getting 30, 40 offers on a property. So there was a lot of frustration from buyers because the demand was high and there just wasn't enough inventory in the market. Now, the financial burden of today's market is that, of course, real estate has reached an all-time high. In addition, interest rates have almost doubled. And I'm exaggerating there, but they have reached as high as 7%. So there is a bigger financial burden. A lot of buyers have stepped out the market, one out of frustration because of inventory demand, but now because of interest rates and how high they've gotten. Now, the growing problem is people not being able to purchase a house because as interest rates do go up, then the purchase price power of a buyer does decrease. What does that mean? It means that if you were qualified for 600,000 before, with a higher interest rate, that could be knocked down to as low as 550, and that's just a hypothetical example. Now there is a solution, and right now that is that we are in 2023, and buyer demand is slower right now. And it's not necessarily that there's a lot more inventory on the market, but a lot of people are just kind of holding steadfast because they feel like the market's going to collapse, which isn't going to be the case. We are seeing a little bit of a market correction, but right now is a perfect opportunity if you didn't close escrow in 2022 to go ahead and really relook at the market. Now, the future of homeownership, some people say is uncertain, but as the old ideology, they say, when's the perfect time to buy a house? Well, it's when you can afford the monthly payment. So don't worry too much about the market and what the valuations are doing, because once you lock in your monthly mortgage payment, it's going to stay the same. Now, how can we help you buy a home in 2023? Well, right now, because there is inventory on the market and not as many buyers, you have the ability to secure the home of your dreams because there's more listings on the market and less demand from buyers. Okay. Now, what can you do to kind of end up in an even keel with where you were when you were qualified, say midsummer of last year? You can do what's called an interest rate buy down. Now, I've talked about that quite a bit over the last couple of weeks, but basically in a nutshell is you or the seller can potentially buy down your interest rates so that you can still end up with the same purchasing power as you did if you were qualified last year. Now, the one thing I will tell you is do not wait for the market to crash because we're not going to see a crash. So if you're still interested in purchasing a home, start looking, dust off the tax forms and the bank statements and so forth. Get requalified if you need to get requalified. Let's update your numbers and let's go and get you a strong approval so you're now going back into the market ready, willing, and able, and not fighting with tons of buyers that are out there right now. Now, to wrap up, like I said, 2021 and 22 were difficult times because of the shortage of inventory and also the amount of demand. But remember, it's always a perfect time to buy a property when you're able to afford it. And I would love to answer any questions. I hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me either through text, email, website, YouTube, all the social media channels. And with that, I'll look forward to speaking to you soon.